Yeah, the Coleman Instant Tent, man. This is the 6th person, and it holds me comfortably. I mean, I got my chairs in here. I got 2 chairs. I got the flashlight. The flashlight usually hangs from the ceiling. I had to change it a little bit so I have a little bit of light on my face to, you know, do this filming. And it's just been a pleasant trip, you know. And one of the reasons that I chose to come down here after the first rain was because when you have moisture on the ground, a metal detector actually works better and penetrates deeper because you got the moisture in there, acting, I guess, more or less like the Earth's battery. You know, the ground is charged, so you can actually go deeper because it charges and works with the metal detector. So I kind of wonder if it's going to work the same way with the dowsing rods. I figure if it works with the metal detector and the metal detector goes deeper, well, maybe the dowsing rods, I mean, doesn't matter how deep the stuff is with the dowsing rods, but maybe they'll be more crisp. You know, and you notice when I'm working with my pendulum, you know, the yes answer, I mean, mine are straightforward. They're just straight out for yes and straight across for no. There's none of this circle stuff. You know, and if you watch my hands when I'm dowsing, I'm doing everything I can, concentrating not to move my hands. And so the answers are coming that way. And do I believe it? Well, yeah, I do, because it's just, it's like it doesn't fail very often. I mean, if you look on YouTube, there's a lot of videos on how to use a pendulum and how to do this. And they sit there and they go, oh, when it goes clockwise and spins, well, that's your yes answer. Well, maybe that's his yes answer or her yes answer. But you look at what they got going on and you watch their hands and they're doing this, watching that thing go spinning around. Because, you know, most of them, or a couple of them anyway, that do it that way. You know, they're trying to show you an exaggerated view of what a yes answer is, but, you know, you may have your own personal yes answer. You know, like I do. Mine's just straightforward. Straight out, yes. Straight across, no. It's pretty simple. You know. Can I make mine go in a circle and all that stuff? Well, yeah, but I'm kind of like the straightforward stuff myself. You know, I don't sit there and give it a little spin one way or the other to start it out at all. I hold it as still and as straight as I can, and it moves on its own. Period. You watch my hands. I'm not sitting there trying to concentrate on getting it to go where I want it to go. It's going where it wants to go. And I'm using, you know, my spirit here, you know, the breath of God. That's what they call it, one of the things they call it, you know. Just the spirit. Using following your spiritual nature when you're making these kind of movies and dowsing and so on. You know, I like talking from the spirit, like in my Guardian Angel series. You know, I mean, that's been my calling for 40 years. And now I'm moving on and stepping out and making movies on things that I never thought I would even mention before. Well, the lighting's not too good, and I know you can't see me too good. And I want to go out and enjoy the stars. So what I'm doing is I'm laying out the gold bearing area with these. And I got good readings. And it crossed right in the middle of this one spot down there, just this side of my chair. And I just marked it with my feet. Not going to be doing any digging today. I'm just marking the spots because it feels deep. And I know it's at least 10 feet deep, maybe 12 feet or more. So today, what I'm doing is I'm taking the dowsing rods that I made, okay? I ended up having to make this one a little bit higher. A little bit higher for the right side. Just kept falling out of my hand, a little bit lower on the left. So they're tuned now. And I'm looking for gold, okay? And they're still going to cross, you know, over the camera, because camera's metal also, which is, I wanted to cross over the camera anyway. But you know, you got to notice when I'm doing this, I'm trying, I know my mind is turning you know, to make these things go wherever they're gonna go, you know. But I'm just keeping a clear conscience and trying to let it do it on its own. You know, I don't think I even moved my hands, yet out they came. Because I can't tell if I move my hands or not. I'm not paying attention to the hands. What I'm concentrating on is the ground beneath me. The rods are just little antennas telling me yes, no, or there's something there, and they're crossing over the spot where there's the most. That's all it's for. Okay, so if I know I'm going to be going across metal, which I did over here also, I've actually found a piece of a trim on a car just now. But when I come into the camera, they cross automatically. And I don't notice my hands moving because right now I'm concentrating on the camera. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, go down and get my other rods, go back over the same area. I think I'll set the camera up in a different position so you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to find a boundary, the very edge of the pay streak that I'm going to be starting to dig for. Hopefully it doesn't get too cold or start snowing, you know, because that'll be next. This right here is a mark I made with my foot, and this is the edge of the boundary coming this way from the river. The river is right over here. This is where it's already crossed in front of me, and when I get to it and step across this, they open up and basically fall out of my hand. So, anyway, this is the edge of the boundary I'm looking for. I'm getting readings all over this area. Let's start out here. See that? The rods are crossed, telling me there's gold here. My foot marker's over there. I'm going to step across my foot mark here in a second. And as soon as I stepped across my foot mark, they went back out. So, the homemade rods are giving me a good reading. They're doing just fine. And you can make them on their own. These rods, the ones I was given, you know, they're on ball bearings. Okay? They're giving me the same readings. The same readings as the other one, but these are a little bit more, how would you call it? They're a little bit more defined, a little bit more fine-tuned. They gave me just a little bit stronger readings. I was still getting the same readings with the homemade rods we're just using, but these ones with the ball bearings just made it that much cleaner and that much simpler. So yeah, I got the same readings, and if you could see, when I was walking that line over here from that tree across to this mark that I had, these rods, I'm going to hold them in place, were crossed like this the whole way. And as soon as I stepped across that mark that I had made with the other rods, as soon as I stepped across it, they started opening up. Was that my mind doing that? No, that was the rods doing it themselves. So this is dowsing, and we're looking for a pay streak. And this is just how you do it. We want to mark off the entire area. So I'm going to go ahead and go down into the hole that I walk through with the other rods, and walk through with these and see if they stay crossed or they get stronger. Because with these, when I tried walking away from the river from back there, as soon as I put them up by the chair, I was like this. As soon as I started walking away, they came towards me. Okay, and what's going on when it starts pointing towards me is I need to turn around and go back the other way. Okay, to find the other end of the pay streak. So I've already got this wall done. It wants me to find the other The rods are helping me find the other end of the pay streak on the other side. I probably won't be able to do it because not too far from there it does a sheer drop off down to the river, but the readings were so strong that it was stopping me in my tracks and wanting me to go backwards. So let's move the camera again, and this way hopefully you can see what I'm talking about over there by the river by the chair. Yeah, let me give you a little recap. Right now, from the last position, we're about 45 degrees and 100 feet away from where the camera was. I moved the chair, which was right behind where I'm standing, so I can show you how it's going to go, and I'm going to see if these turn me towards the river to find the other side of the gold, lines. Okay? See, I'm not doing that on purpose, it's just doing it on its own. You're automatically getting taken that way to the edge of the gold field. So I'm going to walk down here, we'll walk back up. My other line, my outside boundary, is about 40 feet straight out and continues down this way to just past this oak tree where it kind of dropped off. So I'm thinking I got a nice deposit, maybe 40 to 60 feet around right here underneath me. Outside boundary, just on this side of the tree over here, there's a pine tree behind me. A little bit farther past that is the same. It's right in line with the other boundaries I've already marked. The problem is I can't walk over here. They're pointing me directly straight out. Okay, so they're pointing me in the other direction, out towards the river, which unfortunately is not walkable. So I got a nice deposit here. Let's take a look and see what we're talking about, as far as how close we are to the river and the bedrock and everything else. So I got bedrock right below me. I can see from up here. I don't know if we'll be able to see it with the camera, but let's check it out. Should be able to see it. That's fall, man. The colors are right there. Now, that spot right there is bedrock. Exposed, okay? This is the ancient channel. Right here on my claim, and we're right in the middle of the ancient channel. That's bedrock. So I know I got to go down 10 feet, 12 feet, probably to there. And I figure that's probably about where the end of the pay streak is. And the closest to the river is probably going to be the most gold. So right there is going to be where we're sitting at. Right here in this bedrock that you can see, it's like 12 feet below me. Okay?